Welcome to the first episode of Per My Last Email, where we uncover unique marketing strategies and discuss the rapidly evolving digital landscape. I'm your host, Madison, and this week we're tackling political digital fundraising. Andrew Yang, CNN political commentator, former Democratic candidate for the 2020 election, and marketing genius. How did this political outsider manage to increase his Q3 fundraising by 65%? Last quarter, Yang raised a total of $16.5 million, surpassing his previous quarter total of $9.9 million. Yang also ended the quarter with over 1 million individual donors. Let's dive into how Andrew Yang managed to pull this off. Yang was left off of polling graphics and was even called John Yang. What's worse, this didn't just happen to him once. To some candidates, this would be enraging. There would be press releases and Twitter threads for days from campaign staff. But Yang didn't sweat the small stuff. He saw this as an opportunity to engage with his audience. CNBC inaccurately showed not one, but 2 presidential candidates' pictures in the reporting of the fourth quarter fundraising amounts back in January. Yang was one of them. In response, Yang tweeted the screen grabs to his followers, laughing about the situation. This is one of the simplest ways to embrace negative portrayals of yourself in the media. By showing you have the ability to laugh at yourself and the situation, your followers are exposed to the more human side of you, making you more relatable to the general public. Now, Yang receiving tens of thousands of dollars in donations was just the cherry on top. Trust in the American media as a whole is at an all-time low. What used to be the verdict from one newsman is now just one often biased opinion. If you're positioning yourself as an outsider, it can be advantageous to have the media speaking out against you. Scroll through Yang Gang Twitter posts and you'll see countless selfies in blue math hats. Many users even put a blue hat emoji in their username. In Q2, the Yang campaign's top expense after payroll was subsidizing merchandise for supporters. The campaign continuously invested in merchandise with catchy new designs. And it was a smart move. Campaign merchandise makes a great premium for small dollar donations. Merchandise literally turns your supporters into walking billboards for your cause. Every campaign loves to say it is built on a grassroots movement, yet most campaigns limit the voices of their supporters in their content. You'll see plenty of polished crowd shots, candidates shaking hands and holding babies, but risk-averse campaigns fear the downside of handing a microphone to an unvetted spokesman. And then we have Andrew Yang, who retweeted wacky memes from semi-anonymous supporters on his personal account. The content in his feed is way more likely to come from unaffiliated supporters than from his campaign. The promise of a retweet from Yang himself kept the Yang Gang creative and energized throughout the entire campaign. In January of this year, fans created custom airbrushed hats, cross-stitched art, and even a video game in support of Yang's candidacy. If you want your campaign to feel organic, let it be organic. Let go of the reins a little bit and reward your supporters for supporting you. Go on. Give them a retweet. To have your message heard in traditional media, you need to know the editor. But to be heard on social media, you need to catch the eye of hundreds of individual editors and get them to share your message. The candidates who do well online have a clear, memorable message that cuts through the noise. They say something unique. Think Bernie Sanders with the 1%, or Donald Trump with Make America Great Again. You understand why they are running beyond defeating their opponent or holding to a party line. Andrew Yang's message of a universal basic income was easy to explain and distinctive from the rest of the Democratic primary field. His supporters could clearly articulate why he was running, why they supported him, and why they donated to him. That clear sense of purpose is why he was able to convert so many supporters into donors. Thanks for watching the first episode of Per My Last Email. Make sure to follow Image on social to see all of our office dogs and our unlimited supply of Nitro Cold Brew. Expect to see more of us in your inbox in the coming weeks. But if you just can't wait, read all of our digital marketing tips and case studies on image.com. We'll see you next week. forbid. Slide down the Yang graphic.
Okay, how does...
Add screenshot about the situation. Want to say hi to the camera? I'm getting good B-roll. Previous quarter by 9.9 million. Oh, that was wrong. Quiet on set.